Yeah, so we could end up winning 2 trophies today, Andre, which is pretty exciting. What do you mean you don't believe me? We're literally points away from winning the league, and we've got a cup final against Celtic coming up, which we should be winning to win 2 trophies. Well, if you don't believe me, look on the One Football app, the sponsors of today's video. It's the best football app to keep up to date with all of the latest news, like us being in a cup final, and all of the latest scores, like our next game against Hibs, where we could be winning the league title if we win it. So download the app for free from the top line of the description. It helps me and my channel out. And keep up to date with everything, so then you actually know what's going on. Bloody hell, Andre, sort yourself out. Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode where victory against Hibs, not even victory actually, a draw against Hibs will be enough for us to win the league title this season. And then of course we have the game against Celtic coming up in the Scottish Cup final. Before we get into what's happened since you guys were last here for the very unfortunate loss to Man City in the Champions League, which really we should have won in my opinion, but my opinion obviously doesn't matter when we lose it in game. Before we get through those results though, make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. So since you were last here for those Man City games, we only beat Rangers 2-0. That's the only game we've played. I say only beat Rangers 2-0. I meant the only game we've played is against Rangers where we won 2-0, which was fantastic stuff. And what that means is that with 4 games to go, we are 11 points clear of Rangers in second and a mighty 19 points clear of Celtic. Celtic and Rangers having abysmal seasons this time around, which is why we are so far ahead of them. But obviously, if we get a result against Hibs today, we will be more than 9 points clear of Rangers and Celtic with 3 games to go, meaning we'll clinch the league title. Just for context though, obviously Rangers and Celtic on 78 and 70 points respectively, but they've been on really high, saying that actually, we've done phenomenally well. We're on 89 points. Last season we got 81. Season before that we got 91 then, as you can see Celtic and Rangers on 89 and 90 themselves. So actually no, we have done phenomenally well, but you can also see that Celtic and Rangers are hugely underachieving, particularly when you go back to this season with Celtic getting 99 points. But for Celtic to only get a maximum of 82 points as it stands right now is pretty poor for them, so they must be kicking themselves. Anyway, the only thing to do is just jump straight into it, and we're going to play the strongest lineup possible, I think, at least in my opinion, with Bazunu in goal, Admilson, Henrique, Suva and Torres in the back line, Campbell and Lumper in the middle, La Cruz and Knight on the wings, and Nisbet and Taylor leading the line. So as kickoff is upon us here today, I think we can talk about next season now. I think we're pretty comfortable to talk about next season. As it stands at the moment, Rangers are winning, and actually if they win and we draw, there's actually a chance for them to catch us up technically. But we've pretty much won the league title. Hopefully we'll get some goals here today either way. But I think we can comfortably talk about next season now. And I think what we really need to do is not too much over summer. Obviously we'll have a transfer special, but not many transfers will be made. We need a proper left back, someone better than Brian Portier, and someone that allows Admilson to go back into his more favoured centre back role. So a left back is probably high on the priority list. And I'd also quite like to sign a replacement for Nisbet, who's got his 14th up this season, but that is far lower than what he's been getting in recent years. I love the look of that Brazilian guy that we tried to sign a few times in the past, so we'll try and get him for his £17 million release fee clause. But Nisbet, I think, is slowly starting to come to the end of his career here at Aberdeen. I don't think I showed it on camera. I think I mentioned it, but I didn't get a screenshot. I did reject like a £12 million bid for him in January. So I assume there could be a couple bids coming in for him this summer. So left back and a striker, they're kind of my only sort of positions that I want to be signing. I don't really want to sign too many players on the grounds that we've proven ourselves in the Champions League this season. We should have beaten Man City, really. We just need to give time for some of our youngsters to develop a little bit more. I mean, give it another 2 seasons or so, and Enrique and Admilson will be absolutely solid centre-backs. Fuan Talbot will be one of the best keepers in the league. Bazunu won't be playing forwards anymore because he concedes stupid goals like that. How on earth has that gone in for Hibs? The corner gets swung in to the middle, and I mean, I don't know what Bazunu was doing in the first instance or what Torres was doing at the near post, not blocking it at all. Poor goal to concede, but at the same time, Celtic go 1-0 down. Their poor season just continues right now. Annoyingly, that was Hibs' only shot as well, and they're going to ruin this, aren't they? We're not going to actually win the league title in this game as it stands right now. This is not so good. Dale Taylor's played terribly. Let's get Thad McCray, but swap him and Nisbet over. Gordon will come on the left-hand side as well, who I don't think will get back on loan again in the future. This could be one of the final times we're going to see Anthony Gordon. I don't think we're going to get him back on the grounds that we've got La Cruz, Diaz and Jez Finlay. I can't remember his name then for some reason, but we've got those three who are very, very good. Hopefully, we're going to score a goal right now, though, to win the league title. At home as well, I should add. At home is fantastic. As Nisbet into Ferguson. Ferguson to Gordon. Gordon not scoring somehow. That's a great last-ditch challenge from the Hibs defender there. Come on, lads. Let's get the goal we need as Rangers are winning 3-0. They're going to be within 9 points of us if we only get a draw here today. I can't believe it. The one game we've come back for to see us lift the league title, and we're not going to do it as it stands right now because, unfortunately, we'll be 9 points clear, not more than 9 points clear. Hopefully, we can do something as Gordon with a good challenge there up towards Nisbet. Nisbet to Thad McCray. Thad McCray gets it to Gordon. Gordon coming forward. Gordon, do something clever. Not quite too clever enough. Not quite too clever enough is not very clever to say either. That was not... I can't believe it. We came here today to see us beat Hibs. They've scored with their only shot on target, their only shot of the game. We can't get anything in the back of the net. And we haven't actually won the league title yet. Well, that's a little embarrassing. Even though Hearts did bring it back right at the end there to 3-2, we've not done it technically yet. Celtic lose 3-0, by the way, which is absolutely phenomenal. And we've got Celtic next, away from home. So let's go and beat them to then win the league title and then beat them in the cup. Bloody hell, Tom, this is not a great start to today's episode. It's starting to fill me with a bit of dread. What if it all goes wrong? What if we lose every single game from here on out now? As you can see, we would have played Bayern Munich in the semi-finals of the Champions League. They thrashed Man City 6-3 on aggregate. Holders Milan are knocked out to Borussia Dortmund. So a Bayern-Dortmund final will be interesting. I did actually completely forget to show you the semi-final stages of the Europa League and the Europa Conference League last time out as well after the end of yesterday's episode. So, as you can see, Celtic are going to the final of the Europa League. They are doing a madness right now as Porto get knocked out to PSG. So, we'll say it prematurely. Congratulations, PSG, on winning the Europa League. But hopefully this will be great for our coefficient points this season. And then in the Europa Conference League, Brighton beat Utrecht. So that's a final Dutch team knocked out as well. So what this should do is actually confirm us going ahead of the Portuguese in the European coefficient points. If I can find where I'm going. Europe, coefficients, Scotland, we are on 50 points. Whereas Portugal are on 49.5. So we'll go ahead of Portugal into 7th place. Dutch go into 6th place. They're on 54. So if Celtic win the Europa League, there's a chance we might actually make some good headway towards the Dutch, but I doubt they're going to win it. But the good news is it looks like we are guaranteed 7th place next season in coefficient points. It doesn't get us any more qualification places, but puts us closer to the Dutch. Next season is going to be a huge battleground again between the Dutch, the French, and the Dutch, the Portuguese, and the Scottish. That's what I was trying to say. Although the French could get dragged into it a little bit. But we've made some very good progress this season. Another good season next time out, and I think 6th place could be ours. To be fair, it would be absolutely fantastic if Celtic do go on to win the Europa League, because then it'll be us, Rangers and Celtic all in the Champions League next season. For the game against Celtic, though, I don't want to make any changes to the lineup, although I think maybe Norton Cuffy will come on for Torres, who's picked up a knock. Let's not risk him too much in this game. So, as kickoff is upon us here today, right, resets. We just need to make sure we pick up at least a point here today, and we will win the league title in Celtic's back garden, which is very nice. Rangers already won up against Hamilton, which is obviously not so good for us. But as long as we just get a result here, It's just a point. A single point is fine. Ben Knight with a free kick, swings it into the middle, collected by Celtic's keeper there at the back. And I presume the highlights will continue from this. Please mess it up. And they've not messed it up at all. They hold on to possession nicely as Celtic put a ball into the middle. And Caio Henrique clears it. La Cruz can't really clear it properly. And Taylor does pick up the loose ball. Come on, Taylor. Dale Taylor scores his 26th of the season. Like I said, I doubt we're going to get Dale Taylor back next season. But we could see. I wouldn't say no to having him back next season on loan. It would be a good deal for us, I think, given he's our top scorer of this season with his 26th goal. But I would much rather get someone permanently signed at the club, and loans become like a last-minute option to just try and add some depth and quality. But at the same time, if we can just get him there anyway, it might be good to have him there. But we do have a lot of striking options with the youngsters coming through and stuff like that. You can never have enough strikers. But maybe you can have too many strikers, given that we have, I think, about 6 at the club right now, and trying to rotate all of them is a little bit tricky. Nisbet heads it on to Taylor, who gets his second, but I think he was in an offside position. Has been disallowed as well, to be fair, straight away disallowed. And I think the replay here will definitely show us how offside, yeah, massively offside. So Celtic still with a chance to get back in this game as Saliba now on the ball, gets it into the middle. Lookman's there, and it's turned away by Bazunu. Superb save. As half-time approaches though, we are winning the game 1-0, and with it the league title is coming back to Aberdeen with us at the end of this game. A bit of payback for last season after, well, in horrible style, we were top of the table until Celtic beat us on the final day of the season and then took the league title away from us. That was pretty horrible last season. We don't want to have that situation again. And then to actually win the league title against Celtic would be a great way to redeem ourselves, get some redemption back, I feel, as Hibs go 2-1 up against Hearts. Not that matters too much to us right now, as Celtic put that one over the bar. I just can't believe how poor of a season Celtic have had, and yet they are in a European final. Like, I just can't understand how that works. Maybe they're just putting all their effort into Europe this season. Now they've realised they were too far behind as age. I don't really know how they've done it, but Celtic having somehow a successful season out of a very poor season. Like, if they win the Europa League, I think most Celtic fans would probably accept third in the table. I mean, maybe I'm making it up, I don't know. Celtic fans, let me know in the comment section. Would you accept third place if you won the Europa League and guaranteed yourself a Champions League group stage place? What would you accept that? Because that would be a pretty good deal to me, I feel, as Ben Knight's on the ball, gets it out to Norton Cuffy. In the middle, cleared away though. We are really pushing right now, but maybe pushing too hard as Celtic get on the counter-attack and Bazunu forced to make another save. 30 minutes to go, and really no team is looking like breaking the deadlock. None of the chances created are actually doing much. I say that. How's that gone in? How has that somehow gone in? 2-0 to us. Nisbet doesn't actually get the goal. It goes down as an own goal. How the keepers fumble this one is beyond me, but you do see this in real life, unfortunately, for some keepers. Nisbet with a great, powerful shot. And, well, you don't quite see it like that. I think basically the ball hit the post and bounced off the back of the keeper into the back of the net, but the animations made it look a lot more weird than it actually was. But with 20 minutes to go, I can't see us not winning the league title here today now. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's guaranteed for me now, I reckon, as Nisbet on the ball, looking to bring it forward on the counter-attack. Can he find someone out wide? No, he finds Taylor through the middle instead, who can't score. Nisbet looking tired. Let's get him off for, well, in a minute we'll get him off for Thad McRae after the final highlight, hopefully, of the game. I don't want to see any more highlights. I just want to see us get to the end and lift that trophy as Hutton comes forward for Celtic into Lookman. Lookman out wide to Saliba. Murphy back to Hutton. Okay, it's disallowed. It's fine. It's disallowed. Celtic's goal does not stand. And then let's get Nisbet off for Thad McRae for the final 10 minutes or so. Another highlight though. Just they keep coming thick and fast. It doesn't matter. They're not going to score. And if they do, it won't count. I've decided. As Christie comes forward, shoots, Bazunu saves. Typical. The clock, though, does look to be ticking down nicely for us as we head into added time. Of course, there's another highlight right at the end. It's a pointless highlight. What's the point in this one? Get it cleared. If we can score another goal, that would be quite nice, actually. Can Nisbet find anyone at all, or will he take it on his own? He finds Norton Cuffy of all... He finds Norton Cuffy to score his first of the season to seal the league trophy for us. I couldn't believe that went to Norton Cuffy. He had so many great attacking options around him. He had Le Cruz on one side. He had Ben Knight on the other side. He had Thad McRae. But no, he finds our right back, who then fires in an absolute wonder goal there to win the game 3-1. And here we go, lifting the league title for the second time. We've not just won the Scottish Premiership, we've also won the Streamer Showdown again. Again, I keep forgetting to just delete these files, but I quite like knowing that I've won the Streamer Showdown. You love to see it. And here we go, lifting the league trophy for the second time. Should have been last season as well, really, but this season we've done our bit, we've done our job, and there we go. Trophy lifted. Amazing work out there. So there we go, a 3-0 win. We've clinched the league title for the second time. Apparently we've done something. Apparently we've won the Scottish Premiership a year ahead of schedule, even though we won it 2 years ago. I don't really understand that one, to be fair. I'm building an Aberdeen legacy, which is great to see. Bazunu with 8 saves really impresses in that game. You love to see it. Fantastic work from us. And with that, I'm going to go and play the 2 final league games off camera to save some time in today's video. I'll be with you ever so soon for the cup final, once again against Celtic. And so we have finished off the season reaching 99 points. We've just beaten Hearts in the final game of the season 1-0. We also beat, was it Hibs? No, Hamilton 1-0 as well. Jez Findlay scoring the goal in that game. But it means that we've won the league title on 99 points. Celtic, by the way, have capitulated here. They've not won a single game. Not a single game here, which is obviously terrible for them. And it doesn't really bode well for them going... Honestly, there's part of me that kind of wants to lose the Scottish Cup final just so that then they have a bit of form going into that game against PSG, because I hold no hope for them against PSG at the moment. Celtic with an abysmal season, 9 losses. They had 10 less wins than us. It's crazy how poor they have been. I'm watching the England game at the same time. Sterling just hit the post. Yeah, we're literally like 2 minutes in. Sterling, this is my commitment to you lot. I'm actually recording this whilst the England game is on. And we just hit the post. It's on my second screen. Sterling chips the keeper, hits the post. You hate to see it. Anyway, I'll try not to get too distracted again. Apparently the referee was justified in his decision to send off Suva in that game, so I won't appeal against the ban, which is frustrating. But we now have a week off before the Celtic game. Unfortunately, we are losing Le Cruz to international duty, which is a bit annoying. Also, £4 million for winning the Scottish Premiership. It was about £2 million in season 1, so this just keeps going up and up as the league gets more reputation, which is great. So for the final Celtic game then, the lineup will not change other than Le Cruz having to come off because, of course, he's on international duty. What it means is that Gordon is going to get his final league game, or final game for the club. I just don't think we're going to be getting Gordon back again. I don't really feel a need to grab him. He's also had his worst season with us by some distance in terms of goals and assists, although saying that has not played as many games at all. I don't know, I feel a bit harsh about that maybe. But Gordon, thank you for all your service over the years in on loan. You love to see it. I just think this now is probably the end of the road. We could offer him a contract permanently. However, he'll want a lot of money and we have better players than him already in the team. So, Gordon, we love you. Thanks for everything, but goodbye. So, as kickoff is upon us here today, can we do the domestic double? I'd like to think so. But also, I don't actually mind losing too much because, one, we've won the league and that's the most important thing. And two, I want Celtic to have some form going into the Europa League final. Like, if they win the Europa League, as we've given away a penalty, I hate to see it. If they win the Europa League, that does amazing stuff for the league's reputation and our coefficient points. And that's the main aim of this, really. We want to try and get to number 1. And so Celtic doing well in the Europa League and beating PSG would be huge for us, actually, as they score the penalty. I've changed my mind now. Now that we're losing, I do want to win this, actually. I mean, obviously it means Celtic have less of a chance of winning the Europa League, but I don't want to lose to Celtic, actually. I've decided it was a fool's idea to lose to them, or at least think it's okay to lose to them. I don't actually want to lose. We do want to win this game, as Gordon can't quite get there ahead of Lookman. Gordon, who I think may have given the penalty away, given he's on a yellow card. Maybe I'm lying to you, I don't know. He can't catch Unfortunately, the Celtic player, Lookman, makes it 2. Okay, I didn't mean it, Football Manager. I'm taking it back. I don't want to lose this game. Annoyingly, we're on like a 30-plus winning streak, or not losing streak at least. So to lose right now would be really frustrating, as Ben Knight pulls one back, his 10th of the season. Annoyingly, in Gordon's final game for us, he's on a 6.3, which probably suggests he should never play for us ever again. Come on, Gordon. Don't let this be your final chapter at the club. Do something clever, score us some winners, and, you know, make your final appearance at the club worth remembering. Don't let the fans remember you for a poor appearance against Celtic in a cup final. In the meantime, we are looking to win possession back with Gordon, but he doesn't do it. Batshuayi can't win the ball. Bazunu with another chance to show his distribution, which is just non-existent apparently. That was terrible as Celtic come forward again. Don't concede now, boys. I can feel a goal coming, and it's still not come. You love to see it. So half-time is here. We got back into the game a little bit towards the end of that second half, but it's not good enough yet. We will need to do something special here in the second half, and that something special might be taking Anthony Gordon and other lone player Dale Taylor off the pitch. Neither of them having good games so far, which is a little concerning, as luckily the ball forward is not a good one for Celtic. Kyle Enrique with a good interception there as Ben Knight gets the ball out wide. Ben Knight down the right-hand side into Torres. Torres to swing one in towards Gordon. Thought it was in the back of the net. It wasn't. Gordon needs to come off. I'm sorry. The annoying thing is, I know that we haven't got any left wingers on the bench. So Gordon stays on the pitch. Thad McRae is going to come on for Dale Taylor, though. Him and Nisbet will swap over. I'm going to shout demand more. We're going to go a bit more attacking with this as well, with 20 minutes to go. We've turned it around. We have had more shots now. We are doing better in this second half. We just need to get some goals to show that, as Admilson on the ball into Tam Lumper, back to Admilson. Admilson hoofs it to Nisbet. Nisbet in the area. We've not scored it. We've somehow not scored it still. Oh dear me. Celtic's clearance is not so good as Gordon collects the loose ball. Gordon forward to Thad McRae, who can't win it. If he had won it, we would have been through on goal completely. But Celtic looking to come back straight at us. Oleg down the left-hand side of the pitch for Celtic to whip a ball into the middle. Gets it to Christie on the edge of the area, who shoots and nearly scores an incredible goal. Lucky for us, doesn't score an incredible goal. Let us quickly push some players onto some attacking roles instead. Attack there, Admilson, please. Torres be a wing-back on attack. Please confirm those changes. Also, actually, well, there would make some tactical changes too, instructions, I should say. Thad McRae brought down, but not getting a penalty. England just scored a goal. You love to see it. 1-0 England. Who got the goal there? Sterling got the goal. Of course it's Sterling. Everyone's slating him. I think he's been the best player for us on the grounds that he's got England's 2 goals of the tournament so far. And, Thad McRae nearly makes it a goal for us. Goals all over the place. Luckily, I've got the One Football app to also tell... Literally, the One Football app is now telling me, there we go, that England have scored a goal too. Also, quickly, instructions, player of defence, and then we need to distribute to the centre-backs. Okay, right. This is our final chance now to get... And Gordon's now injured. You hate to see it. Nisbet, on you come. There's no one who can play up front. Ferguson it is then in there. Thad McRae up front as the advanced forward on attack. Let's do that. Confirm the changes. A couple of minutes to go. Demands more. Very attacking. But I don't think we're going to do it. Celtic, who we've just seen have been in terrible form, haven't won a game in like 5 or 6. We are undefeated in like 30 plus games. It will tell us in a minute, won't we, when we lose this one. 3-1 now. At least Celtic have now got some... If Celtic win the Europa League, I'm claiming it as we've won a Europa League. That's what I'm claiming it as. So well done, Celtic. Enjoy the cup. No one cares about it. Get off the screen. No one cares about it. Annoyingly, no one really turned up for us today, which is a bit sad. So I know that Celtic play PSG on the 27th, so we'll see who wins that one before finishing up today's episode. First of all, we've got this season review to do, which is going to be a good season review, I think. The new signings, I mean, you can see here the impact that Kai Enrique and Fuensalva have had with their average ratings being so high. Dale Taylor got a Dale Taylor came home with 26 goals, which is pretty decent. And actually, Brooke Norton-Cuffy played plenty of games and got 10 assists as well, so fair play to him. The crew's not getting the greatest average ratings, but I think 9 goals and 7 assists in your first season as 18 years old is pretty decent as well, to be fair, so happy with him. Obviously, a fantastic year for us winning the league on 99 points. Obviously, next season, we try and go for the 100 points. That's what we want to try and do next season. Champions League was phenomenal. We really should have got to the semi-finals. We were very unlucky not to, I feel. So hopefully more of that again next season. Scottish Cup, no one cares. Betfred Cup, no one cares. So forget about those ones, obviously. Financially, we're down on broadcast revenue, which seems really bizarre given we've done really well in the Champions League this season. But as you can see, our competition prize money has nearly doubled, and we've almost doubled corporate hospitality. Sponsorships more than doubled, and match day and commercials up a little bit too. Team of the year is pretty much what you'd expect, actually. I think Jez Finley, surprisingly, in Team of the Year, ahead of both Le Cruz and, of course, Anthony Gordon. That's pretty impressive. Well done, Jez. And as you can see, I've won plenty of awards because I am just an incredible manager. So, Aberdeen's single defeat is a new record low, apparently, which is fantastic. You love to see it. It's not told us how many games we went unbeaten before. I guess maybe it only counts for the league, maybe, as opposed to the cup and stuff like that. But as you can see, that's our... maybe we lost it to Man City, didn't we, actually? So maybe I'm lying to you. It wasn't quite that long, but we had a big, long, winless or lossless streak from November through to there, which is pretty good going. I am quite cross about this, though. Somehow, you know, we've won the league on 99 points, and yet only 3 of our players are in Team of the Year. Why are there so many Rangers players there? With the 2 Caio Henriques in there. Now, I missed this until the comment section told me about it. There's a Caio Henrique who's actually a real player and a left back. We need a left back, you know. Let's scout him out. Do you want to sign for us? We can have 2 Caio Henriques next season, maybe. Oh, look what I've just seen up here. The board are planning on building a new stadium because apparently our new stadium. We've been in Kingsford Stadium for how long? This was completing when? Will it tell us? Literally, we've moved into this. We've not been in Kingsford Stadium for like more than 3 years. And yet the board are right here saying, we need a new stadium. Nothing confirmed yet, so a long time to wait for that one, but that'll be interesting. We've also avoided a tax bill because despite making lots of money, we also lost lots of money this season. So financially, we are in £28 million of money, but we actually went down from about 45. You can see here, £22 million lost, so no tax bill for us. Have we got some new sponsors, please? Sponsorship, not many. We're still not making much from sponsorship. Like, when do we actually get some good sponsors coming in? Because we make no money when it comes to sponsors. Oh, it's the World Cup this summer as well. We've got Bazunu, Nisbet, McRae and James Fotheringham going out there. Fotheringham, was he on loan this season? He wasn't. That's a bit, he got 19 goals for the reserves though, but we do need to get him playing some football next season somewhere. Right, we're now coming up to the 27th. If we press continue again, it's the 27th, which means it's Celtic versus PSG day. Oh, it's gone to a 28th. Did Celtic win? Please tell me Celtic won this. Europa League. Celtic won it 2-1. Celtic won the cup final. They beat PSG 2-1, which means that Celtic, despite Mbappe's penalty, are going to the... They've won... Right, this is fantastic for Scottish football. It's a bit annoying that we're not the first team to have won a European competition, but I'm glad someone has done. Because what this means now, Scottish Premiership as St Johnstone beat Morton in the relegation playoff, so well done St Johnstone, is that we've got 3 teams in the Champions League next season. We're in the group stage, so are Celtic. Rangers, please get through all the qualifying rounds. So then we have 3 teams in the Champions League group stage. That will be phenomenal, as if we go to Nation Club coefficients now, we're on 51 points, so we are head and shoulders ahead of Portugal. Portugal drop down to 8th, we go to 7th, the Dutch go to 6th. France are still quite far ahead of us, so we don't need to worry about them too much. But next season is a real battle with the Dutch. So I'm going to take some credit for that. I feel the fact that we lost to them in the cup final gave them the form they needed to go on to beat PSG. And so, on that note, we are going to be finishing off this season of On The Rocks. Thank you very much for watching. What a season it's been. I mean, a bit of a topsy-turvy one in today's episode, but I think we can be very happy with how the whole season has gone. Anyway, hope you can join me next time for the transfer, maybe not so special. We'll see what happens with it. We'll talk contracts, we'll talk selling players, we'll talk buying players. So all sorts of... Oh, Czech Republic nearly scored. That was very nervy then. But we'll talk all sorts of stuff in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you do drop a like on today's video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.